Hello, my friends. Again, me, Violetta, and I have the hair done today this way because we had extremely bad storm for half an hour or hour, and I was collecting my stuff from outside our antique store, so I got really badly wet, and I will take a bath in a moment. So, meanwhile, I thought I will do something crazy with my hair. So thank you everyone who is watching me. As if someone is new on this channel, I'm getting questions from the subscribers or whoever wants to write comments on my YouTube channel, and I'm answering them with pictures and with the cards. So I hope you will like your questions that I chose, and thank you everyone for sending those questions. Thank you for your likes and for subscribing, for staying with me. And first one is from Fox News. It's not from you, because I was really intrigued when they were asking why Giselle Maxwell stayed in USA. I thought, well, that one is really interesting. So she was born in France, so it will be reasonable for her to stay there because she will have chances not to be extradited to USA. And as an answer, I saw like people they have rotten tooth and they have to build a crown because they will take everything out of the tooth, and I don't know enough because. But I know that they have to build the crown over the tooth. So that's what I thought, that's what it is, that she came to USA to feel that she is secure. Someone will give her a cap or protection. Cap is symbol of taking care of her. And so that's the answer. And I will see what the cards are saying, and then I was wondering who was the person who was giving her the protection. And two guys with the crowns show up. So one might be a Clinton, another might be Mr. Don Don, who is new on that channel. You have to use your brain and figure out what that means. Who is Mr. Don Don and who is Mr. Barra and Tutin. Okay, so I'm spreading the cards, I shuffle them, I cleanse them over the candle, and with my eyes closed I will be pulling three cards. Who was giving the protection to Giselle Maxwell? Yeah, she felt very protective. She felt that she is secure, queen of security. That the guy on the white horse, her lover, apparently Fox News was saying that her lover was Clinton. I'm not saying that it was Clinton. I don't think he has that much power now. But maybe both of those guys are very powerful. She is worried. She is worried. She is depressed right now. And when I did, I look at her and I was wondering how she feels inside. And she's so angry. It's like she's sitting on someone's back and stabbing with the knife. And it's in the attic, and there is a trunk after trunk. So she has a lot of hidden treasures. In the attics, people are putting the things that they were accumulating during their lifetime. And she's keeping that treasure boxes for her own protection. But she is ready to stab some of those guys, probably, because she is furious. She thought that she can be safe. And now she is losing her sanity. She is not feeling safe. She is afraid for the future of her own. Okay. So okay. Electric mouse. How long it would take to put Don Don's family and him behind the bars. And I saw 3 elephants. Maybe that means that 3 years, but I have the feeling that 3 members of his family will go away because we are seeing them from the back, and the rest will be charged. So probably Don Jr., Ivanka, Don, and the smart guy. I forgot. Jarek. No. Oh, Jarek too. Yes, he is in the family. Oh, of course. And the last son, the second son from the top with Ivana. Ran out of my mind, sorry. Happy girl. When a Democratic president is elected, do you think he will finally be able to ban more strict measures to place to avoid more people getting guns? I didn't see Biden doing this, but I saw a woman who is doing the hand like that, stop. So I think she will be the one who will be able to focus the whole country to stand up for that abnormality, for everyone to own the gun even if they are mentally unstable. That will be something that eventually will have to be taken care of. Barbara Gregg. Will Biden finish his entire 4 years as US president, or will his VP assume the title? And I know that someone named Bastard was saying that Biden is Trojan horse. Thank you for everyone's comments. That will be just requisite for getting someone else, and that's probably what it is. They are choosing for him the vice president who will be strong enough to run the country. And as the answer, I saw her dancing on the middle of the stage like ballerina. So she will be the one who will be running the circle, the show, and probably he will start it, but I don't think he will finish. So everyone is probably on the same page, kind of. Will Biden finish? Actually, people are standing and making ovations to her when she is dancing. She will be very, very secure. People will love her. Independent. Hermit is symbol of wise guy, but he can be lonely. She will be independent, lonely person who will be doing her work without needy of being supervised. She will be very cautious, very careful, walking on the eggshells, so she wouldn't cause the country that much disarray as it is right now in the country. And I hope that it's time for women to run the show. And she will be like prima ballerina. Donach H. When will Miller get his full credit for his work? As an answer, I saw a ladder, but first 2 steps are broken. So Mr. Barabara broke those 2 steps, 2 years probably. Eventually the ladder will be unbroken and we will know, so maybe even next year, or 3 years from now. Hard to understand exactly. 3 cards. The new lady president will be making sure that everything will be outside of the borders so we can see it, not inside, not hidden. And we will have a completely different look what was going on in the Mueller investigation. We were not informed enough. Jay, that's the questioner. Will we be able to reverse some of the incompetent judges? As the answer I saw is scissors. So they will be cutting some of them out of the power. They will be cut off probably. And I see a donut. So they will be pulling some good stuff from inside, like they will find something that it's missing when they were declaring themselves that they are honest and when they were testifying in front of the Senate. Yeah, some were taking chances to get the job because they wanted. They had some stupid things on their baggage, and that will be shown. We know with our intuition that they were pushed by Mitch McConnell, Moscow Mitch, to do it. So to just go because he wanted his people to run the show, and so that will be causing a lot of scissors to be used and cutting them off from the positions. Jay, again. Will Bill Barr be punished? No, William. And I saw him, it's like in a circus, people are walking under the stick on the backwards, so they are not using hands, but they are walking under something, and he will be walking backwards, and he is not that slim, so it will be really hard for him to go forward. He will be in very vulnerable position, in very uncomfortable. It's like flipping. So I think eventually he will be punished. Long behind the bar. That would be suiting his name. Yeah. The cards are not that clear about that. We will know all about his making money progress, that he was sharing his wealth with someone else. So that was probably Mr. Don Don. And both of them will be reunited behind the bars. That would be nice. Yoga by Joanne. Thank you. Will the crown bag go away? I'm sorry. Or it will stay permanently? As an answer, I saw a lot hospital full of beds. I think it will be still coming back because it was like no one was in a bed, but there was something moving under the blankets. So it will be really hard to find all this and to find all the places where it's coming from, because you think the city doesn't have any cases for a few weeks and then 2 are coming out of blue. So people are moving, people are traveling, and it looks like it will be all the time kind of coming to the surface. What the card's saying. Will the crown back, as we call this on this channel, be coming back. Yeah, some people will have medication for it. Some will figure out how to heal themselves, but not for too long. Sometimes they will feel that they are not resistant, but they will have to go through it, and it will be all the time work for the doctors to figure out how they can help. Okay, this one is again about the same subject. Yoga by Joanne, again the same person. You said that cure is simple. Will you look to see if you can see what it is? Yeah, it has to be something simple that some people are not getting. Our Prime Minister, Trudeau, because I'm from Canada, his wife, and I bet they are sleeping in the same bed. And she came from England, and she got infected in England, and she brought that back home. But he didn't get it. They must kiss, they must hug each other, they must spend some time even sleeping in the same bed. The same is with Junior, Don Junior. His girlfriend, we learned today that I learned today or yesterday, like in the evening, that this will be posted on Sunday morning, that his girlfriend is diagnosed with crown back. So how come he didn't get it? Don't they sleep together? I bet they do. So something is very, very simple that some people are resistant. And we have to figure out. And I think the bag doesn't like acid. So, that's my feeling all the time. I know that people with darker skin, they don't absorb sun through the skin as easy. So maybe that's what it is. They don't have enough vitamin D. And we all know that lack of vitamin D is usually the criteria for that illness. And then most of the people who were very hardly infected were low on potassium. So I will advise everyone, if you can, check with your doctor how high is your potassium and vitamin D, because we sometimes are not able to absorb things, iron or vitamin D. And nice question for me. Nati Lamone, sorry if I'm pronouncing wrongly, would like to know the name of my stone on the left hand, middle finger. And the name of this stone is called Super 7. My husband got me that stone because he knows I like the big rings, and he kind of liked it, and I was not even with him when he bought it. And he said, "Do you like it?" And I said, "Well, I love it." I was drawn to that stone, and my friend owns the rock Silver Cove. So it's a stone place that they have a lot of stones. And I went there, and the girls who were working there, they told me, "Oh, you have Super 7. That's a psychic stone." So, yeah, lucky stone for me. I have this for a few years. Yeah, you can check for yourself. You can Google about every stones, what they are able to do for you. I have the book about stones. And today will be moon, so I will put my rocks close to the window for the night, and they will be charged with a good energy. I used to do silversmithing, and I probably show you this one I make out of wax. That was our first stone that we ring that we casted. I carved this with my hands out of wax. It's not perfect, but I love it because it's my baby. We were very, very thrilled to do the spinning thing when you are doing a casting and so on. It was so exciting day for us. Leszek was using first time camera, and to this day he loves to be behind the camera, and we were doing silversmithing. But they opened free trade with Mexico, and of course our abilities to make living out of, when you are working on one ring for 2 days, you can't really sell it for good money. So it was not meant for us to go that direction, but I love it. It was such a pleasure. And we were competing, me and my husband, who is better, who can do what. And at the same time, we were teaching each other, because he would come home from work and I will be able to read some books, and I was telling him informations, and he has very mathematical brain, so he was making notes, how much temperature we have to do, how much. He was all calculating everything for each casting, which was wonderful experience in our lives. It lasted for 3-4 years, and then we couldn't go that direction because it was too expensive, and we were very poor that time because we were just newcomers, few years in Canada. Magic Moi, that's a questionnaire. Were the generals brief about Putin putting bounty on American troops? Pelosi said that the House was not briefed, and I believe her. I know that Shatner was probably briefed, but he was not allowed to speak about this. And I think that some of the generals were briefed, but not all of them. And I have the feeling like they are struggling, pulling. So there is a disarray in the Pentagon. They don't like the situation that some of them are not allowed to know the whole story and not allowed to protect their own soldiers. And because Don is not thinking about what they 3 cards. Were they brief? Some of them, yes. Some of them, yes. They were chosen the one that they loved to do it. But most of them were told that everything is safe, and big change now for everyone who knows the truth. They are rebelling. They are angry inside. I wouldn't be surprised that one day there will be big splash of how many of the generals don't trust Don. Barbara Gregg, how long will it take for the world economy to recover? And this one, I heard the words. Instead of vision, I got the words. Many, many years. Usually I see the picture, but this time it was the words. So yes, Barbara Gregg. Until we will go from the dark side to the light, it will be probably about 7 years that everything will start going on the better terms, or 7 months. I don't think 7 months is reasonable, so I think 7 years. 8 of Swords. People will have to start fighting for better future and for better economy. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please give me your hands up or likes. And whoever wants to talk to crazy old lady who is trying to do my husband said, well, you are a gypsy. But that's how I feel sometimes. And my great grandmother was a gypsy, so probably I have some gypsy blood, because he said today when I put this on my head, I said I can't do those with those hair kind of being not good. And he said, well, you look like a gypsy, so I find this as a compliment, not as negative. I'm always attracted to people who are, especially the gypsies. I know they are not popular in Europe, so that's the reason my mom never allowed us to even know the true story. Even the grandma had the name Rom. She changed for Romanov, as I mentioned before. So yeah, but I like that spontaneously, the freedom of expressing myself. And that's probably from her. Please take care of each other, stay safe, enjoy yourself, and happy Independence Weekend. Love and blessings from Canada. Bye bye.